We back? Scams and deceptive practices? Yeah, whoever filed that, I'm taking you to court. FYI. Anyone who wants to try to play this fucking game, you'll get a call from my attorney. I'm gonna find out who just did that. You're fucking with the wrong person if you think you can play this game. You're fucking with the wrong person. If my shit goes down again, blast it on Twitter. Blast it on Twitter. How does that work? Someone reports you just like that? Vaporized? Yep. Yep. And that's an act of perjury. Yeah. I've already got a rep from Universal Studios, by the way, handing the last jackass who tried to do that. You want to play ball? We'll fucking play ball. I will put you in the fucking dirt. Yo, Simon. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, it already got, what do you call it? They already reversed it. As far as the copyright strike goes, that was falsely filed. Again, an act of perjury. As I just said, I have a rep from Universal Studios who's taking care of that on the legal side. You don't know who I have connections to, honey. Welcome back. Hey, good to see you, Edward. Good to see you. He imagines the keyboard as a clitoris. That's how his keystroke is so fast. Maybe let's do some typing races. Up early trying to solve the biggest financial crime in our lifetime. Big coffee, big salute. Love you, pumpkin soup. My fucking man. Thank you, Funky. I appreciate you, man. You made me coom. Let's see how rusty I am. I'll drop a link in a second. Fuck. Why is it not? Oh, it's counting down. Fuck. What the fuck is this fucking text? Fuck. What? 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 Why? What? What the fuck is this thread? What? 94? That was dog shit. That was so dog shit. I just got this keyboard too. Jesus fuck. $126. It's a little bit better. Bro, random as fuck, but did you watch? I did not, no. And them fingers be stroking. All right, I'll drop a link. Hold on. Motherfuck. All right, here's the link if anybody wants to join. Shit. Hold on, wait. Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, I can barely fucking see. Fuck. Fuck. No dates! No slow typing! Shit. The fucking thing fell. I don't know where the fuck it went. Found it. Does anyone have a clip of that? I'm gonna give some subs on Twitch. If you're not watching on Twitch, please do. This is the best platform to watch on. This is I hope that just went through. Yeah, there we go. The quality, the latency, the audio quality, it's all 10 times better, 10 times faster. I'm gonna spam the link. Make sure to follow. I just gifted 20 subs over there. I'll do another. I'll gift another 20 subs. Come on over. Come. Oh, this has my old fucking... This is back when I did fucking gaming. Well, we're getting back to that soon, but... and the emotes are superior. This is wild. This is wild. This was during the League of Legends days. I fucking miss that game. I hate it, but I miss it. Oh my god, you fucking child. Oh, that was actually pretty nasty. Why were my cheeks so fucking big? What?
Oh, shit. That was solid. Excuse me. That was not bad. That was not bad.
You fucking
I
child.
didn't think that would work.
Damn. This is League of Legends. This was my poison when I was a gamer. That was... I don't know if anybody actually plays League here, but this is probably mechanically one of the most difficult things you can do, if I don't say so myself. That was good times, man. I didn't have to waste flash there, but that was fucking good. My god, you fucking child. Ah!
One's missing.
Dude, what the I'm lagging so hard.
Mid,
What the
bottom,
fuck?
bottom's missing.
Oh.
Uh-oh, got Shen TP. It was on a turn, otherwise I would have stopped it.
Bro, I was a stud back. I miss my old hair. I miss short hair.
It was on a turn, otherwise I would have stopped it.
Bro. Face Astro.
It's missing.
I'm lagging.
Oh, got Shen TP.
Yeah, I miss the short hair.
It was on a turn, otherwise I would have stopped it.
You were fucking handsome and still are. Goddamn right! Azir and Urf is... Yeah. Umami flavor? Oh, Dana clipped this.
Wasn't she tasting like umami flavor?
What the fuck?
Mo rat. Damn, I was kind of yoked. What the fuck?
He's pushing you. Wait. Market window.
You suck.
Killer. Fuck.
One
more.
more.
Nice.
Defuse.
No time, no
I don't have time.
Oh, you don't got it.
Worth it. Fuck it.
Fucking way to break them though.
Wait. Old trashed background was a vibe, yeah.
One more.
Nice.
Defuse.
Fucking good times, man. What else do we got? I just wanna see my old gaming clips real quick. Then we'll look at some of the antics from the stream. Dude, I was so chubby cheeked. What the fuck? What the fuck? COD 4 noob tube. Oh, is this the insec? Yeah, I would have clipped it too early there.
Asshole. You know what? Let's get
Bro, I was yoked. What the fuck happened?
Reading.
All right.
Asshole. You know what? Let's get a more
Bro.
accurate asshole. You know what? Let's get
Bro.
a more accurate fucking temperature reading.
All right.
So I'm gonna take some measurements of the current temperature in this fucking sauna. I've got a heat sensor or a thermometer, whatever.
Bro, what the fuck?
I've got a heat.
What?
Sensor. I'm gonna take some measurements of the current temperature in this fucking sauna. I've got a heat
Dude.
sensor or the current temperature in this fucking sauna. Of the current temperature in this fucking sauna. I've got a heat sensor or a thermometer, whatever, built in to.
Put on a shirt, TOS.
That's the thing, is it's so fucking hot in here. It's gonna turn into a fucking.
Welcome to the church. When green screen, much love.
I got him behind me.
Somebody got away, I don't know who, but.
Can you take down these vids, please? My girl goes on YT, bro. How long ago was that? That was 3 years ago. Fuck my life. Oh, damn.
Dude, that is fat. Oh my god.
Oh my god, no follow up. Get the.
Oh my god.
We're good. Nice. Holy shit.
Oh, that's the old Les Paul. Oh my god. How long ago was this? It's 3 fucking years ago. That was the second Les Paul I ever had. Oh my god. My dad bought me that when we moved to Florida. That was like when I was getting back into guitar again. My dad bought me my first Les Paul when I was like 9. And then he bought me that one after we moved. And that was like, I don't even think we had that money and he did that. I don't think we had it the first time. Yeah, it's a studio. A Zero player. Blech. There's a clear pattern, Astro. League of Legends is before the peen was found, CS is after. Oh, did I clutch up
That
here?
was big.
I clutched up here. Holy shit.
That was really big. Holy fuck.
Damn.
Okay.
I remember this. Have you ever played a Maze of Boogie? No. I've heard a lot about him, though. Oh, let me do this. Wait, it's the same fucking chair? It's the same fucking chair. I've had this since I was... The fuck is that? I've had this chair for almost 10 years.
I swear, if YouTube takes my shit down, I'm gonna do something.
Let me see. We'll go way back here. We'll go way back. Let me see if I can find a video of this chair from years ago. Oh, so this. You can see it right there. This was back in 2019. Actually, we're gonna save the rest of this for this atrocity. I just for the record, I don't even want to hear this, but I'm doing it just to take note of progress and how far we've come. Nothing changes fighting YT since day one. Wait, are we still live? Are we still live? Okay, we're good. Okay, so this was like moments after I got the breakdown to the Sweet Child solo down. I didn't understand any concept of tone. I didn't understand intonation on a guitar, so this might sound awful. Okay. That was 2016. Alright, so this is when I got a little bit better. I understood that you can move the pentatonic around. This was right after a breakup, too. This was like the most melancholic, semi-depressing backing track I could find. And I had a very limited vocabulary note-wise. And I figured out how to use improv, like the fear of not knowing where to go. This is like my first exposure to knowing how to use that. Because when you're playing on the spot, you do things you don't normally do, right? E minor pentatonic, yeah. And after I figured out that you can move it around, but also use moments where you aren't comfortable as learning experiences, right? If you fuck up, you're going to figure out how to build around the fuck up. This was the first time looking back. When I looked back at this was the first time that I figured out how to use that. Oh, and the mic was a fucking... This was so scuffed. This is a Blue Snowball, which is like a cheapy, like, $70, $80 mic at the time. Yo, Higher Class Bomb, what up, man? To use the cage system? Sorted now. I'll do some guitar shit here in a second. I'll give you some isms of mine. But like this was like a shitty solid state amp. It was an MG30 FX, and then I was using a fucking blue snowball. Key to learning improv is if you mess up, do it again. Yes, yes. Great way of putting it. Great way of putting it. And real quick too, sorry that I keep interjecting here. This was big as well. Learning how to do these bends. It's very like Albert King-esque. BB is more of a premeditated bender, if that makes sense. But it's more like, I'd say like Albert King, SRV, maybe Page. Yeah, Page. A lot of Page in this, but Slash, of course, you know, are in these bends. Yeah, that right there. That last bend before it goes back into the verse. That where it goes slightly over but then falls back for the resolution. And this right here, this little like shredding kind of thing, I had never done this before either. Like this was also the first moment where I realized that you have like you have this buffer of recollection, this buffer of memory, where for however many, you know, seconds back, and over time you try to increase this. But when you play something, it doesn't matter what you play, you have this like temporary, like even short-term memory between the fingers and the ear, where you can play things without thinking about it and also recall it without dedicating any like headspace to it. I did that here, and it gave me this really weird timing that fit really, really well. It was like a pocket almost. Like where I forget, I think the song was in B. So like I'm sliding up to the pentatonic position, and it gave me this little groove, this little pocket. I love to use pitch such artificial harmonic. Yeah, yep. I'm late, I was baiting. Kind of a Bonamassa vibe? Yeah, thank you. I can't believe this was 3 years ago now. God. Oh, I tried going for the neck bend, and I fucking, yeah. What was the... So the last little, that like Hendrixy thing, I just watched this. Yeah, so at the end of this solo, that's where I got inspiration for that from. Real fast, almost mentally blues. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. You guys hear the music? Dave plays a mean skin flute. Yeah? Okay. It's right here that I got that little Hendrixy thing from. Yeah. We were looking back at how far the chair went. Does anybody want like a quick guitar ramble / tangent / lesson?
On the site.
Oh, it doesn't have. This is pretty gnarly. This is the beauty of muscle memory, by the way. Like, this was insane. And the crosshair looks fucking stupid as shit, but it gave me a bigger, like, point of reference. That's why that was the way it was. Do I have my webcam on in any of this? Oh my god. Oh my lord.
This guy's hell. He said black cleave.
This is when I lived in Ohio. This was 2015. Wonder how far back I can. Oh my god. I wonder if Josh is still awake. Josh will use his shit to this. This was back during the Call of Duty days. Look at that fucking.
Start these calls.
Yo, Dravaldo, thank you, man. Thank you so fucking much. Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? This was 2013. I uploaded this from way back when.
I was thinking about pulling out my pistol.
Bro. I don't know where my chair was in this. This might have been right before I got the chair. Yeah, I think that was before I got the chair. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hope Cheeto's here, because this might be the only time I show this. Dude. Oh, this is gonna be so fucking cringe. This is gonna be so cringe. This was in 2013. I was 13 years old when I made this. New setup. Let's geek out with the Machinima intro. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no.
So what's going on, guys? I'm Astro, and welcome back to another video. Today, I wanted to introduce you to my new setup. I got my channel art right behind me, and I have some things here.
Oh my god. I had braces. I had no self-confidence, no self-esteem. Oh fuck.
And my channel art have me cut out of the video. And yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know that we're going to be actually talking about computer parts and how they work and how you're going to build a computer, etc., etc. So, fucking into me. I'll teach you all I have to know. And basically, you can, if you have an interest in computers, I'll do the best I can to teach you all I know. So we'll be able to have, computer parts right here. Like we can have an Intel processor right there, and I can move over here. We'll have an AMD processor right here.
God.
Just things like that. I'll teach you guys how to build a computer eventually.
Oh my god.
A computer. And I'm basically going to be going over, how it works, where the motherboard is going to go, where the CPU is going to go, just basically things like that. And I'm going to be teaching you all I have to know about computers, and eventually we'll get into software and we'll get into hardware more and more over time. So
Shut
if
the
you guys
fuck
are
up.
into this, just leave a like on the video. That'll tell me if everybody here or everybody that's subscribed to me really has an interest in this. And yeah, so expect.
Bro, I didn't know my lisp was that bad. What the fuck?
And yeah, so really all I have to say.
Oh no, this was right after I had my canines taken out. Maybe that did it. Holy shit. Dude. So when I got my braces, my how do I explain the chronology of this? I got braces, and then when they were trying to, so first they straightened my teeth because they were super fucked, but then going into like the actual like bringing everything together part, my canines were still babies, so they had to extract those. But also the way that my adult canines were growing in, they were impacted. So your teeth they were my top set. They were supposed to, grow relatively straight down, but mine were coming in like this. So what they had to do, and this was going into my first day of freshman year, which might explain why the fuck I eventually dropped out. I got off on the wrong foot entirely and broke my fucking ankles. What they did is they extracted the babies, and then they, what do you call it? They created incisions into my gums up here. I still can feel the scars with my tongue. Cut all the way up into like almost into my, no, they did go into my sinus. Up into here, open that up and attached brackets to the teeth coming in, and then put in these like, it was almost like dental floss, like industrial dental floss, up into there to pull the teeth down at the right angle. Can I report this? Hard to believe that's you? Yeah. Oh, I'll show a little bit more. But the entire process of that was so fucking painful and like scarring, literally, physically, but also like emotionally. Anchor and tether, yeah. And so my entire face though was like chipmunked forever after that.
Thanks for watching.
Jesus fuck. Okay, what else? What else do we have in the cringe archives? Oh Jesus. Oh boy. This will be good. Oh God. So one of the most flattering, let's have a real talk here. One of the most flattering things is when idiots and trolls and anyone just trying to cause trouble will try to insult my accolades. Like I talk about being a programmer. I talk about having experience with building computers and writing software for, personal tasks or enterprise projects and project management. And I say I've been coding since I was 12. And some people have the fucking audacity and stupidity to challenge me on that. And that's when I can literally show them videos of me talking about cyber attacks and how they work.
What's going on, guys? I'm Sam or Astro, and welcome.
Like,
People really try to do
it's like, how can you?
It's a constant.
Albeit it's cringe as fuck.
Now, this is just a simulation. This is what a server looks like when it's being hit offline. Everything on the left are infected users who have been infected with malware. This malware can be...
So I'm literally teaching them how botnets work.
Used to transmit UDP packets, aka packets that just send information used in a DDoS attack. And all it does is you get tons of these users, tons of these people looking for like a Sony Vegas crack, something like that. They download, they execute it. Now they're infected. Now these infected users can be manipulated to be used for a DDoS attack. Everything on the left, you see.
Here's a great analogy. Think of like all this misinformation and bullshit about what's going on in the world, but also with AMC and GameStop as like being infected by a botnet. Now you become this entity that people can use to attack via a basis of reflection.
Those things on the left, those are IP addresses. Those are people who are infected. Now, the person on the right, that little IP address on the right, is actually
your voice was so girly. Yeah,
being hit up for requests.
This is why YouTube didn't take off for me. On top of talking like this,
it's like, hey, are you there? Hey, are you there? Hey, are you there? And where it's at. So, well, most likely people to crack passwords or scan the network.
Yeah, so here's Cain and Abel. If anyone from the Call of Duty world from like 2008 till 2016 maybe, if you're around then, you might be familiar with this.
People will exploit it just to get an IP address from being in someone's game. So all they have to do is select the local IP address of their Xbox, and then all they have to...
When did Reverend Rippy come to be? That was all improv. That was like July, mid-July. I watched a podcast called Painkiller Already, which has Woody's Gamertag, who I've been watching and listening to since like 2011 or 2010. And FPS Russia, aka Kyle, aka FPS Russia, which is where I got that from. And then America Durka, also known as Taylor. But Kyle's my favorite guy, FPS Russia, technically, but Kyle's probably my favorite member of that as far as comedy and shit goes. And he's always had this great like uncanny ability to emulate and do accents and whatever. So he made this joke about what was it? They were doing an episode and there was this video that Kyle brought up of this bullshit miracle holy water that some bullshit church was trying to push on people. So it was literally saying like whoever it was pushing it was like, "Oh, your problems will go away. Your bills? Nah, bitch. They'll just send you money instead. No, they won't even pay. They won't make you pay. They'll pay you. All you gotta do is buy Kyle's Dasani holy water, and all your problems will just go away." And that has always just like, there's tons more to the bit, but that always was just hilarious as fuck to me. And it's always rung in my head. And then I just never had anything in real life to pivot into that with. And then when all the like hype from the original stream days was going on, which we will have more of very soon. But when all that was going on, like it just naturally came out. And that was kind of like veneer, or not a facade. A facade has a really bad connotation to it, but it gave me that lens, almost like an actor, to be like, "Oh, holy lordy, is this some bullshit? I'm gonna tell you right now, all you gotta do is invest in Citadel Securities, and oh my god, they will just print you money, will naked short sell everything into the fucking ground, all the way to the depths of hell." And it was like this perfect, I didn't even think about it, it just happened. And Reverend Rippy came to be. God. Oh, there's some cringy fucking shit in here. The fuck was this? Oh, that is so cringe. I'm not gonna add the audio. Nah, I won't show this one. No. It was cringy YouTuber drama back in 2012. So here's actually a good callback to history here. So loud. So here's a cool little callback to history. There's a lot of parallels between the Mac versus PC debate, right? This was a big thing back in 2013. This was before Microsoft or Apple had any. No, scratch that. This was when Microsoft and Apple, as far as operating systems go, had a lot of exclusivity, because now everything is. Machinima sounds like a crypto coin. It pretty much was at the end of it. Turns out it was a huge fucking scam. But like the debate between PC and Mac was huge, because back then there wasn't this all-in-one web app architecture where now everything is either a web app or it's programmed as a cross-platform type thing. So back then, you know, if you bought a Mac, everything was very set up for the Mac. There wasn't much cross compatibility, and same thing with Windows, right? You could spawn up a VM or whatever, but it didn't give you that native experience. So a lot of people would ask me because I was like the gamer geek guy, and yeah, this is what it came to be. But it's a lot like AMC versus GameStop.
What's up, guys? I'm Astro, and welcome back to another gameplay commentary. And today, I thought I would talk about Mac versus PC, because I'm often asked, should I get a Mac or should I get a PC?
This is so cringe.
And there are a lot of
this is so cringe.
variables, I guess. There are pros and cons of each operating system or manufacturer. That I decided that I should just make an unbiased comparison.
This is so cringe.
And make a video about it. So
this was basically 2012. This was January of 13, but this was 2012. I was 12 years old when I made this.
That's what I decided to do, and let's go ahead and get started.
Back when only used me blades and
discussing the pros and cons of Mac. So Mac is excellent for utilities and life management. For example, if you are working on a photo,
all these were unscripted too. Like I've always been an unscripted guy.
Multitask, you can get a lot out of your processor and your RAM, and be able to successfully make that logo. It's very easy and very straightforward for being very productive. And that also goes hand in hand.
And then I'm going to cut it there. But you know, this was during like my exodus of school. Like this was probably the lowest of lows for me before entering into high school. You know, I quit school for as much as a middle schooler could. And what do you call it? Supplemented that with learning about tech, because that was my way of feeling better about myself. And I would listen to people like Only Use Me Blade, right? Not as much. He was more comedic, but like people like C-Nanners, Woody's Gamertag, X-Jaws, Hutch, God bless Hutch, S&D for Dummies, Fluxus, Will, if you're still out there, man, I hope to meet you one day. I was listening to these guys though who were in their early 20s or mid 20s, or if you're Woody, you know, late 30s, and these were all adults. These people were role models to me. Yo, Savage, what up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. All these guys were role models to me, though, and I would listen to them. And my dad was working out of the country at the time, excuse me. And he flew back and forth. But, you know, Woody and Hutch and Nanners and even like White Boy 7th Street and Fluxus and the Raging Wade, maybe he's lurking in the chat right now, but the Raging Wade was one of the guys who helped me find myself. And all they would do is get, you know, a good gameplay. Like all these guys would get on the same team. They'd party up together and get some gameplay so they could do commentaries later. And they were these characters to me that as a very malleable-minded, you know, 11 to 16-year-old kid, you know, I loved Call of Duty, and I was so mentally or spiritually or emotionally ahead of my peers that I couldn't even, you know, talk to them. That was kind of where I was at. That all these guys were my role models. The Mount Rushmore of COD, yeah. And so I'd watch them. Actually, I'm going to piss real quick and continue this because I just drank a whole thing of water. So anywho, I would watch these guys. Hey, Froggy, what up, man? Froggy, do you want to hop on Discord in a few? And to get back to my little tangent before we move on, I'd watch these guys, and you know, they were adults, so they had a much broader, vocabularic palette, we'll call it. Oh, you're at work? Fuck. Oh, it's good to see you, man. It's great to see you. I hope you're doing well. But these guys were adults, and they had more wisdom. They had more just life experience. But I listened to their vocabulary. I listened to their inflections in their voice. I listened, and I wanted to be just like them. So if it was going to be in wording or oh, my headset just died. Fuck. The point is whatever it was they were saying and whatever it was they were talking about, I was like a sponge. And it's so heartwarming and funny now, almost 10 years later, where everything that I learned from them has materialized now. I was very fortunate to be outcasted by my friends and made fun of by my teachers so much that it pushed me into the world of cyber. Like that is what happened. I hated the real world around me, so I sought a safe haven online. And online, it didn't matter how old I was. If I was making YouTube videos, of course, the squeaky voice isn't going to help. But as far as just being a profile, being a username, like there was no discrimination there. There was no, nobody knew who I was. Not the bullied, picked on, scrawny, squeaky, bird-chested, because I was super self-conscious about that back then. Crazy. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see all you guys again. I'm glad to be back. Hey, Astro, your TA and content is invaluable. Any predictions for the next few weeks? Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. Anywhere from the next 1 to 13 days, I see a huge impulse. I'll show that here in a few. But yeah, I'm going to be making some more TA videos and like headspace framework videos, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to tell you what to use or how to interpret, but I want to give you the layer before that. So how to think of how to think, if that makes sense. You aren't alone. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. The point that I'm getting at here is because I was outcasted in the real world, I had to supplement for that via online. And it was just this huge ocean of knowledge and life skills. I was terrified of public speaking. I hated it. I was too afraid to even, walk up to turn my test in. I'd wait for other people to get up, and I would try to blend into the pack. I felt self-conscious about the way I walked, let alone talking. But I remember there was this cute girl named Kayla that I had, and I guess still have a crush on since I was a kid. And I had a teacher named Mr. Gillenwater. Salute to you. I don't know if you're still around or not. But one day he knew I had a little crush on her, and Mr. Gillenwater was our teacher for history in 8th grade, and he knew I was this black sheep. I didn't fit in. Kayla with the cute face. Oh, she was gorgeous. She's even more beautiful now. But Mr. Gillenwater was the coolest fucking guy out there because he knew I was smart. Like, I wasn't stupid, but I just didn't apply myself. And he really took the time, right? He was one of the few people who gave a shit about me. I'm going to put a pin in the Kayla story. I same thing with Mr. Gillenwater, right? This was probably a month earlier. we had to memorize, I think the Constitution, no, it was the preamble of the Constitution, I think. Hey, Goosey!
Dad, join the Discord.
I'll be in a bit.
Skeptical.
We had to memorize the preamble, which we had a week to memorize it, and it wasn't even that long. And I was so nervous. Like I spent the whole entire morning. I had maybe 4 or 5 hours to memorize it. I had a lot longer if I was punctual, but I took like 4 or 5 hours to memorize it in and out of classes, and I had a study hall right before history class. And if you're not familiar with what a study hall is, it's just a down period. Like there's nothing to do. It's a filler. So you sit somewhere for that period or that class and just do whatever, but you're not allowed to sleep, which was bullshit. So I took this study hall and for like 45 minutes was reading this thing top to bottom, memorizing every line I could. And there was this last part that I couldn't memorize completely. Like it was the pivot, it was the transition phrase, so to speak. And I wrote down two words on my hand just to memorize like the pivot, the rhythm to get to the next fucking piece of it, right? It was 2 words, maybe even 1. I think it was 2 though. So I wrote down 2 words on my fucking hand. I knew when it was coming. This is the stupidest part, is it wasn't the fact that I couldn't remember it. It was just I could remember the rhythm changing of the reciting, but I couldn't remember what the words were. Yes, like a song. Yes, exactly. So I wrote down 2 words on my fucking hand, and next period rolls around, and we were face to face with Mr. Gillenwater reciting it. So we'd all be sitting down, just doing whatever, and then he'd call us up, and I was fucking sweating. It felt like fucking bullets were coming out of the pores of my skin with hurricanes behind them, and he calls my name, and like I start to get up out of my chair, and like my leg twitches as I'm getting up, so I like fall kinda and catch myself, and then you could hear my breath like like a military grunt almost. And I walk up, and I'm robotic, and then Mr. Gillenwater is like, "It's okay, relax," and he's like, "We're just gonna recite it." And the period before, I wrote this down on the inside of my hand. So I get up there, and like I knew it. And I'm already like, the moment I heard my name get called, like I'm already running through it in my head. We the people, blah, 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 whatever it was. And like, I felt good about it. But when you apply the context and who I am in this bullshit institution, like that killing of self-esteem brought me down. So I was doubting my own self because of the environment. So I get, 3/4 of the way through it, and I'm about to get into the line before I wrote down, and I panicked. Like I could feel like my face going cold. The room started to spin. And so the next like 6 words of that line, I was like, and now here's where I'm like, you're going to forget it. I can vividly remember myself recalling the words I had on my hand without having to look at my hand. Yet I still, I'm getting to the 5 or 6 words, and then I start to voice out what I wrote down. I was already doing it, but then I did this bullshit, like clearly fucking just the stupidest thing ever, where I'm like, and then there is the people. And I froze. And he already knew, but I was too young and stupid to parse that. So I thought I still had a chance. And then like I'm looking at his face, and I knew I fucked up. And so I stutter, and I start looking around like there's like birds in the foreground, and I'm watching them. And then I look at my hand one more time, and this was the motion. Like fuck. Like, this is probably actually the point of view because he was sitting down and I was standing up. But like, I fuck up and then I'm like looking around like, and my hand, I literally, and I was reading it like a fucking book. So I pause and I look at him and he's like, keep going. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I get to the end of it. And Sam, let me see your hand. And now everyone's looking at me, including Kayla, which was fucking demoralizing. And he takes my hand. Sam, why would you? Elder. Come with me. Elder's my last name. And what indicator were you in the video where you were predicting? That's something I wrote. It's an algorithm to predict the algorithm. I'll get to that right after my bullshit tangent here. Kayla with the cute butt? Bro, I was in 8th grade. Chill. Of course, that's what I was looking at, but chill. I liked her for her personality. So, anywho, he takes me out into the hallway, and like everybody's eyes felt like molten steel just being pushed through my skin. I could feel everybody looking at me, and I'm like dripping in sweat, and all you can see is red on my face, and then quickly turn to white because I'm like, oh fuck, and like I'm starting to cry on the way out. And he looks at me and he's like, why did you do that? And you know, I think he went back inside to the classroom and called the assistant principal, and the assistant principal comes and meets us, and he knows that I've also been through a fucking terrible time, and I'm going through a terrible time. And Mr. Gillenwater was like, you already knew it. I'm not mad at you. I'm just extremely disappointed. You knew it, but you tried cheating. You tried cheating me. You tried cheating the class. You tried cheating your grade. And I felt fucking miserable. I felt so fucking bad. And then like in the back of my head, I'm like, I knew this. And everything he's saying is right. And I knew it. And I fucking knew it. And I cheated myself. I sold myself short, which is a saying from Wall Street, by the way. I sold myself short by committing this act that was unnecessary. And the disappointment factor is so much worse than... Yes, yeah. I was used to teachers being mad at me, but if any teacher had the emotional capacity to put up with me, having their disappointment was like knives. So, you know, he was saying that he's going to have to fail me for this. And at the time, this grade was huge for me because I was already technically failing the class. And if I passed this, I would have been in the clear. But he's like, I'm going to have to fail you for this. You cheated. And I didn't even know what to say. Like, I couldn't say anything. I was fucking sobbing, man. I was crying so fucking much and apologizing and like just tearing myself apart, you know, on the inside and the outside. And he ended up calling my mom, and Mama, God bless you, I love you. She explained, like, you know, Sammy's not doing well. Sammy's, you know, been diagnosed with depression and anxiety and you know, seasonal depression disorder and, you know, whatever other labels I was given at the time. And you know, like, he's a smart kid. He's just trying to find his way right now. And you know, Mr. Gillenwater understood. And, you know, that entire experience taught me, like, you know, if you already know it, then why are you stressing about it? Why are you, like, you're going to have doubt no matter what, but don't let that materialize, especially if you know that you know. Mr. Gillenwater was a huge influence on me. He gave me some security, actually. He told me that, because later on he knew that I was getting into tech and coding, and he saw my fervor for that. And he said, when you get out of high school, you give me a call. If you need a job, I got you covered. That was huge for me because that told me that if I need to drop out, you know, I at least have a chance of a job. And what did Kayla think of this? Oh, Kayla. She's fucking beautiful, by the way. She is absolutely beautiful. God forbid she ever sees this. This would be awkward as shit. But so we'll go back to the story before that story. So I was so like caught up in my own anxiety and like, you know, 8th grade year was horrible. That was fucking horrible. This was all 8th grade year. So in the same class though, after that event of me cheating for no reason, it was a month or two maybe later, Mr. Gillenwater and I are fucking cool. And you know, he's been helping me out a lot, and I was telling him some tech stuff and going back and forth. So one day we're doing these group projects, and we just got into class. We're all sat down, and you have that little like bridge section of the rhythm in a classroom where everybody sits down. We're all chit chatting, and then eventually the teacher gets up and starts talking and sets the stage for the next 45 minutes. Right before Mr. Gillenwater gets up, he calls me over to his desk. So everybody's still talking and conversing. And he looks at me. He tells me to grab the chair, which is like, from what I can recall at the time, was more of like a prestigious thing as a kid. If you got to sit in the chair next to Mr. Gillenwater, you're either in deep shit or you're getting a pat on the back. So he tells me to grab a chair, and we got smiles on our faces. So of course, you know, people can assume that it was the former of those options. Or, I'm sorry, the latter. Things were good. And everybody's chit-chatting, and we're just, Mr. Gillenwater and I are chatting. And he asked me a couple like tech questions, what I'm working on, you know. Oh, you're still working with Visual Basic? That's awesome. Why don't you, you know, you should probably transition into C#, or he was always working with Ruby on Rails. So he's like, tell me about that. And after a couple minutes of that, he says, all right, Sam, come here. So I roll my chair over. He pulls me over and puts his arm around me. And mind you, after the videos you just watched of how much of a little fucking twerp I was, I'm just gonna pull this up one more time. This was literally like within a month of this story that I'm telling, all these stories I'm telling. This is who I was. Okay? This is what I looked like. This was me. This was little Sam at 13. Okay? This was me.
Because in a week I'll be building my
this was me.
And
I needed a little bit of confidence.
How it works, you know, where
just
the
a little bit
is going to go, where the CPU.
So he puts his arm around me and he's like, "All right, Sam, listen. I want you to pick any girl in here." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Just pick a girl. Who do you think's cute? Who do you think's cute? You know, like, you tell me, you know?" I'm like, I started giggling, and Mr. Gillenwater, fucking God bless you. Pre-nicotine, yeah. So he's like, just pick a girl. I'll partner you up with her, and you know, maybe we'll get you a date. God, Mr. Gillenwater, I will send this to you, actually. I'll send you a message on Facebook. Thank you. And he's like, just pick a girl, you know, or a boy if you're into that. So, of course, I picked Kayla. And he's like, yeah, she's pretty. Good for you. Well, tell you what, we're doing a group project today. And we're going to start as partners first. So I'll partner you up with Kayla. And he gives me a wink. And like, I am fucking ecstatic. Like I felt like $1 million. I looked like a fucking twerp, and I sounded like one too. Still do. But I was like, man, this is fucking awesome. And I love you, Mr. Gillenwater. Thank you, Mr. Gillenwater. And we had to read about like the Battle of fucking Fort whatever. I can't remember what it was. But we had our history books. So I'm sorry. So he sends me back to my desk, and like a minute goes by, and he gets up and he's like, all right, everybody, cut the chit chat. Students, today we're going to talk about the Battle of the... And to get us started, we're going to all partner up into groups. I've already got the list here. We're going to read through the sections. You two are going to read through the sections to each other, paragraph by paragraph. You'll alternate. And then at the end of page 215, we're all going to stop. You two are going to describe what you think was most important. And then as a class, we'll present together. And I was like, this is fucking sweet. And it went horribly. It went fucking horribly. I was so nervous being Kayla's partner that I was like fucking stuttering and fumbling. And I like my mouth got dry. And there was one point though, like this is the callback to the whole entire reason why I'm telling this story. Little did you know her real name was Amy. So the whole entire callback to this story though is how fucked up my situation was, and part of why I came to be who I am. I was so nervous, man. I was so nervous that I was even second guessing how I read things. And there's this one memory in particular. So while Kayla and I are reading paragraphs to each other, I got halfway through the first sentence, and then Connecticut came up. The state in the United States, Connecticut. But the way Connecticut is spelled is like this. Load. What? What just happened? What? Windows 11 sucks. Okay, so this is the way Connecticut is spelled, though. This is why English sucks. Connecticut. It sounds like Connecticut. It sounds like it would be like this, right? But the way it's spelled is Connecticut. Connect. I hope I think it's an I that goes there. Yeah, connect I cut is yeah, I can't even spell it now. But that's the way the stupid fucking name of a state is spelled. And connect I nut. But that's how it's spelled, and I was so fucking nervous that I like 4 times I tried pronouncing it. I knew how to say it, but I was so caught up in my own head that I was reading it as I saw it. So I'm like, and then the state in the year of 1812, connect, and then I heard Kayla giggle, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is terrible. This is terrible. And I just skipped over it. And I felt fucking humiliated. Like, that's what happens when you doubt yourself that much, man. And Mr. Gillenwater added some stride to my step. Like, that's what he did. That was the whole entire point, I guess. Yeah, the word colonel. I used to pronounce it colonel. Yeah, it's colonel. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But like that's what reality was for me. That's what that was. You had the chance and you fucking blew it. Exactly. I need to get more water. So, sorry for that long of a fucking tangent, but I don't know if anybody else out there is dealing with the same, and even if it's one person that's watching now or in the future, you know, if one person can take a page from my book and not have to go through what I went through because they heard me explain the lesson, instead of going through it themselves, I will happily talk about this till I fucking run out of air. No worse feeling than getting knocked out of a spelling bee by the word null. Ambiguities. There's no other AMC YouTuber who tells us more about his past and how he always wanted to be a YouTuber, even though Rico is bigger than you at YouTube already. Great, you know? Like, I'm not... Dave David Moreno made a great tweet about this where he said, if someone does better than me, I don't go to criticizing or trying to get the spotlight back on me. I praise them and I learn, and I love that because that's what I do. I won't ever fucking complain about spotlight being taken from me. If someone's doing something better, they're doing something better. There's no worse of a way to be a bad sport than criticize someone for doing better than you. So is Kayla single? Reach out. I might do that. I was always super awkward with her, and I feel like it like tainted the rest of history going forward, but we used to be super fucking close. Really, really, really close. And then I started going through my own personal travesties and it just became weird. Maybe I'll do that. Cologne. Yes, Cologne. That's always been a fucking weird one. Baloney. Baloney's super weird. Yeah. In like 4th grade, I remember having a dumbass attack and completely locked up on who versus how. Yep. Dude, get over yourself. Learn to speak like a normal person without trying to sound smart and work on your fucking TA. This guy, Extreme Gains, just figured out the fractal theory. You've been wrong. Okay. The awkward pass is a perfect way to make a girl laugh. Yeah. Even misspells a hard word to spell correctly. Ambiguities. A little bitch in chat. Yeah, I've been fortunate to have a lot of experiences over the past month and a half or 2 months of getting away from YouTube just to get my tether back to reality. I never like left, but I've been doing a lot of traveling and meeting a lot of people that my work had caught their eye. I can't say too much, but I have people watching me who are a part of the world that we're fighting, and these people are on the good side. And they have taken note of everything that I've been working on and have put together and materialized. And I was given a pat on the back. We'll say that. I've had numerous professionals tell me that I'm onto something that originally was a block in the road that didn't have anything else to go from. I pushed through a barrier. There's a lot going on here, and there are people that I will not even dare say the name of that have told me that I'm onto something here. So I don't care what anyone on the internet has to say. I've met people in real life who have experience in this fucked up world who have told me, Sam, keep going. I've been given data sets that have been exceptions in being given to me. There are people watching me that can do something, and they are watching. Quick question is no. If the billionaire mathematicians and Nancy Pelosi are buying AMC, the writing is on the wall. Yeah. We should have kept this all underground. Yes and no. Like here's something about please go on Tony De Niro. Yes, I need to. Tony is a great guy. Tony is a fucking fantastic. I wonder, he might be available today. Remind me after I send this text, in case I don't remember, to talk about why the algorithm can't be changed. Let me use the bathroom real quick. When I get back, remind me to talk about why the algo can't be changed. I have to make stinky. Thank you. Let me tweet this out. Like the stream and subscribe and fondle my fucking balls, please. Also, I recommend and ask that everybody watches on Twitch. Quality is a lot better. There's less latency. It's just a better viewing experience, and I'll be gifting some subs over there in a few. And thank you again for reminding me about the mic. Much appreciated. Video idea, current and/or post-mass stock scanning list. A good idea of what your process is. Thank you. Yeah, I like that. Can you DM that to me on Twitter?
What are you doing, step bro?
Fuck. I could have grabbed my notepad. I've got a whole page of TradingView indicators that I've written down. I don't know if you can see this. If you want to take a screenshot, and dig into these yourself, if you can read the chicken scratch handwriting, more than welcome to. I'm going to gift some subs in 2 minutes. If you want to go over to Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Astro, that guy. I'm gifting out some subs. It gives you ad-free viewing, a bunch of emotes, and it's like the service itself is just so much better. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Shit. Why can I not fucking... Okay. Okay, comrade, it is time. It is not my sub, it is our subs. Are you ready? It is time to give away sub. Go to twitch.tv/Astro, that guy. I give free sub. 20. Grifter. Appreciate you guys. Hey, nice name, says I'm the only Astro. We'll let total followers and subscribers determine that. Remember me? Of course I do. F? What is the F for?
What are you doing, step bro?
Why F? I'll do 20 more. If you don't get it this time, sucks to suck. Okay. So let's talk about the algo real quick. Okay, so here's, this will be a video, so I'm gonna be a bit more structured for what I can be here. So the interpretation, I'm sorry, before that, this will be very disjointed. This will be a little all over the place. I'm gonna try to keep my anchor points throughout this dialogue. But if things get confusing or disjointed, tell me in the chat and I'll try to do the callback. So yeah, let's get started. So the algo, right? When people look at the chart, it is perceived as a single algorithm that is controlling the trades. It's controlling the price. It's not that black and white. I have done extensive coverage of what I believe is going on. It's not that there's one algorithm. It's that there are a set of, but they all adhere to this singular objective. The algorithm can't be changed because it is forever pushing in the same direction, or the means of traveling to is the same vehicle, right? So this indicator that I've written that forecasts price projections, which is down here. I'm actually going to move it up. This top set of lines right here is it's called fractal impulsivity. And this simply is almost like a confidence metric of the moves to come. Whereas the one below it, which is fractal pressure, I think I have a different name for it now, but the one below that is the forecast. And what I can say from what I've developed is that you need to think of price movement not as something that has anything to do with money, but you have to think of distance. And the thing that moves, what is subject to distance, think of like a vehicle. And the volume is like fuel. So this is charting fuel efficiency. Okay? This up here is charting what gear you're in, right? If I see an uptick or a downtick, I'm thinking of someone shifting gears, which you can then use to assume what they're about to traverse. Are they getting onto the highway? Are they pulling off the highway? Are they speeding, right? An algo can't be changed like a train once it leaves the station has to carry it. Yes, great way of putting it. So think of each, instead of this algorithm being a singular thing, you have to think of it like, yes, it in totality can be seen as a single thing, but just like how, going from one side of the country to the other, you have a singular point that you're going to, you're going to have different roads, you're going to have different road conditions, you're going to have different speed limits. It's a set of algorithms. I have a video on my channel of a document that I discovered that came from a company called Periato Securities, and they were a part of... Oh, Jack, thank you. Welcome back. They were a part of a company called Knight Media Group, who was bought out by Citadel somewhere circa 2016, I believe. And Periato Securities developed a set of algorithms that have a bunch of objectives in mind, whether it's anonymity, whether it's price pegging, price efficiency, anything to fulfill client orders or to push the chart where a market maker or anyone really, if you have the nuts in this case, to move that chart. So it's 7 or 8 different modes that all achieve some singular thing. And when people talk about the algorithm, it's always described as the algorithm. It's not just one. And the different fractal shapes that we see can be reduced to these different modes. They all achieve the same thing, though. It's all to get to a singular point at some point in time. Now, if it's the price of $25, right, or pegging at $25, or baiting retail or whomever, there are different modes. That's something that needs to be understood. It's not just one algorithm. The objective can be seen as a singular thing, which gives the illusion of a single algorithm, but there's multiple iterations of this going on. So the reason why they can't change it is because the momentum of the algorithm in its presence, it's used everywhere. We will colloquially express this as a singular thing. I made it very clear a while ago. I'm speaking in past terms here. I'm going to coin it as a singular thing. It's going to be an algorithm or the algorithm, but that is to simplify it. But unfortunately, this oversimplification is hurting a lot of people. So the objective is singular. It's to get the price to a particular point, but the avenues at which you can do that vary. You can use dark pools to hide price movements, and that is not to be taken literally. That just means that the order that you as a market maker, if you have a client order coming in where they want 100,000 shares at VWAP and they want it by next week, okay, these conditions set up the stage for how you maneuver this order. I already lost my train of thought. But the means at which you do this have different ways of going about. It's a singular objective. You want a share at a price, and you might navigate a gradient to that. But, oh yeah, so you can use dark liquidity avenues for this, like dark pools, where orders are not seen. There's a lot of opaqueness to the whole thing. To create anonymity, but also to anonymize the prices that you're going for. The entire art of market making is to fulfill orders in the most discreet way possible. So that way, any other competition, right? If you're Goldman Sachs and you're offering prime brokerage services, and you have a hedge fund that wants to buy 100,000 shares at VWAP with 5% slippage, so 5% margin of error. Thank you, Froggy. Then your client is willing to take on 5% margin of error. If you're going for $25, then you have up to $2 or you have up to $5 at $25 as your VWAP to navigate this. So anywhere from 25 to 30, you're willing to fit in their order. So there might be buying. Halfway through this though, right? Let's just say that things are super linear here. You get an order from another fund who wants to short at VWAP for 100,000 shares. So you've already filled half of the first client's order. You got them 50,000 shares at VWAP. The price is now at $27.50. And then you have another client order coming in for 100,000 shares to sell short. You know, again, we're assuming a lot of linear conditions here, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to keep going with this. That shorting order might drag it all the way back down to $22.50, right? Market makers might even satisfy the short seller with that of someone going long. So sell 50,000 shares short of your own inventory, fulfill the order, take on the exposure of your client, and then fulfill the rest of the order at your first client who wanted to go 100,000 long. So now the price is just sitting steady at 100,000, or I'm sorry, we wish, at $27.50, right? So you've satisfied both orders here, quote unquote. This is very loose. This is not how it actually works, but just hang with me here. And you've satisfied your customer's order, you get your cut, and now you're waiting for more. But this entire time, the way that you navigate these orders is setting the stage entirely. You can fulfill the short selling order with another prime broker via a dark pool at VWAP. So if they have someone going along 100,000 shares as their own different client of a different deal, then you can fulfill that internally but then offload the going long to public exchanges where now you have everything being bought up. So now you're pushing things up. But then the clients that just went through you and your buddy are like, well, fuck, we went short on this. Let's start to cover. You're naturally artificially orchestrating movement here just by the upstairs market where people are buying in for 100,000 shares or whatever it is. And the way that is navigated is entirely up to you, right? And that's before, you know, your own internal investment teams start to enter into the picture. There's a lot going on here, and there's so many different ways that you can manifest client orders, where if someone's trying to short and someone's trying to go long, well, if we put the dark pool order in for going long, send the long order to a lit exchange or whatever it is. It's very it's a market of its own. It really is, and we get the sloppy seconds of it. This is very helpful. Thank you. Thank you, 510. Thank you. And that's before you get into like inventory and price discovery. Like the reason why dark pools are so powerful is because of anonymity. It's because of how ambiguous things can be. And you think of dark pools as literally bank to bank as prime brokers, and prime brokers, put simply, Froggy, I love you. Prime brokers, put simply, are just the custodial agents for a hedge fund. So if a hedge fund wants to go 100,000 shares long, they won't do that themselves. They'll call up their rep from Goldman. And then Goldman has their own set of tricks and their own set of whatever to facilitate that. And the way that dark pools go into that, though, is inventory is sourced and handled via prime brokers, these banks. And prime brokers offer so many perks and benefits and tricks. I should really grab my drawing board. Rasta-colored hedge funds. Here we go. Hey, man. So, you know, we'll touch on external clearing real quick, too. Fuck it. We'll have Goldman Sachs. Or no, we'll just abbreviate. You guys see this okay? Yes? Okay. So hedge funds have their own positions. You know, that's pretty well known. All of them have their different objectives. They all have their risk tolerances. But typically, let me do this. Okay, so there's a lot that goes on here. Now tell this to Tony De Niro. He thinks there's no fuckery. The idea of fuckery is very relative. what everyone is I'll get to that later. He's not wrong and he's also not right. But we'll get to that. He's a very smart man though. So please don't chastise him because he doesn't say what you want to hear. So what's going on here is that you have hedge funds who manage their own positions. Right? So they have exposure to whatever these underlyings are. But if they want to hedge or they want to take on a new play, what they'll typically do is actually consult with prime brokers. Okay? And this is where X-clearing comes in, external clearing. So in this case, you have, I'm going to actually redo this. So you have a lot of things coming into play now. You have dark pools, you have external clearing, and you have prime brokerage services. So if, in this case, we have 3 hedge funds, we have hedge fund 1, 2, and 3. Hedge fund 1 and hedge fund 3 share the same prime broker, which is just a bank who interacts with the equities world, the stock market. So then you have hedge fund 2. These are all markets of their own, people. So if there's a hot stock that has a lot of speculation where people are going long and short with aggressive entry points, what'll happen is, and this also explains the absurd institutional ownership. What happens is, if hedge fund 1 wants to go long 100 shares on AMC or GameStop, and hedge fund 3, who also shares the same prime broker as hedge fund 1, wants to go short 200 shares. What the prime broker can do, and depending on what the objectives of the prime broker are, which are ultimately arbitrary, can do is clear this internally. So what they'll do is, rather than go to the market and buy 100 shares and then short 200, what they'll then do is settle half of this internally. They'll take this plus 100 and minus 200. They will settle this. They will take the net, continuous net settlement, CNS. They'll take the net of this and then arbitrarily take this to a lit market, or a lit exchange rather, and settle the difference. So ultimately, this person going long implicitly took this to the market, because otherwise, if they didn't go long, they would be 200 shares shorted. But still, despite them going long by 100, they have implicitly gone long relative to everyone else who is watching. So there's still an effect taking place, but not in the way that it should, not in a fair market at least. That's one way it can be done. What the prime broker can also do is internalize even further, and they will net themselves 200 shares short internally, while then going out and going long for the initial plus 100, but then also have an order that is maybe 10% below VWAP, right? What the hell? There we go. Nope. And then add in an order that is 10% below VWAP, not only to hedge, but also even maybe take profit. So then they internalize this as well, just at some different point in time. Or, let's complexify this even more. Maybe Prime Broker 2 manages mutual funds or pension funds, or they have their own fund dedicated with some other branch of their conglomerate. What they can then do is interact in the game of inventory. They can make a huge presence via inventory. That is terrible. So then what they can do is they can act on behalf of these mutual funds, these pension funds, and their in-house funds to source these shares prematurely. They might buy 1 million. They might buy 1 million shares of something, of various stocks that their forecasts project to have a lot of activity going into the next quarter or the next year. And what they can then do is pony these up into the securities lending market. Okay, so they have this internally already. They went out and bought this before any of the orders that we just went over came up. So then what they can do is offer these into either a dark pool or private securities lending. So if Prime Broker 1 has their own forecasts, right? This first fund decides they want to be net short. They ultimately want to have a short position in one way or another. They want to be on the downside making money of this thing that they just bought 1 million shares with. Then what they can do is take their inventory. Let's say they take 50%, so 500,000, and create an order right here. They can pony up 500,000 shares to sell because they have 1 million. And instead of the prime broker going to the exchanges with any of this, right? We talked about the net of minus 100 because someone went long 100 and someone went short 200 as a hedge fund. Instead of even going to the lit market, maybe they work out a deal with this guy right here and fulfill the short order with him because now they've got 500,000 shares that are just sitting. Why don't we just loan them out? So they still are making money by lending. And at the end of it, if they want to cash out on the long side, they do a share recall. If they want to make money on it on the short side, they just lend. So what does this mean? Most of the orders, when we see dark pool usage at 80%, 90%, it's because all of the trades are happening here. The lit market is just the sloppy seconds. These markets are the toxic orders. These are orders that don't fall within any parameters or guidelines, or they step outside of scope for what the margins are of any particular entity. That's what the lit markets are now. And their rebates suck. There are no incentives for it anymore because everything has been moved off exchange. This is where your X clearing comes in. All of this never gets reported to the DTC or the DTCC because there is no need to in their eyes. They settle everything themselves. It doesn't make it there. If there are naked shorts, I hate that I have to say if, but for legality and technical reasons, if they would be found at the prime broker level. This was the same thing that happened with Mark Cahoes and Overstock. And Byrne, who tried to sue Mark because Mark was technically short at one point, he ate the loss. And then Byrne sued him because Byrne thought he was naked short selling. Not the case. What happened was Goldman were creating shares themselves of Overstock, who was Mark's prime broker. They were then creating these shares that shouldn't exist to keep it off of the hard to borrow list. And what happened was Mark's order went through with something that shouldn't have. And Goldman didn't tell him that intentionally. So after all that was said and done, while Byrne is trying to sue Mark, they pass while in the bathroom, and Mark tells Byrne, hey, I understand you're angry. I am too. You shouldn't be suing me. You should be suing Goldman. And when they dug through the receipts, oh, would you look at that? Goldman was responsible. Goldman were the ones who made this happen. This is why X clearing is what should be looked into. That's what happened to Overstock. That's what's happening to what I want to say is GameStop and AMC. All of the fuckery happens before, if it even hits the market. It's all internal. It's all internal. So now you have 500,000 shares left over, right? Just lend them. Just lend them. Goldman ball sacks, yeah. Yeah. This is the art of the upstairs market. Charlie Viv was talking about when he was discussing short-term investment. Yes, yes, or even special purpose vehicles. Yes, yes. That's what's going on here. And then as a callback to the video I made earlier about people talking about market maker signals, there is no need. The market, the public exchanges is nothing. The public exchanges are the shadow of what's going on. This has nothing to do. No. The dark pool takes place at this level. This is why dark pools are so painful right now. It's because they're the step before the market. Anything that passes the dark pool layer is just a mess. There's no need. Nobody wants it. Another little caveat. Dark pool orders aren't reported until the order is completely filled and or 24 hours post fill. Here you go again. This is why 0-day settlement is so important. 0-day settlement will pull this away. Because right now, it's all of these stipulations on top of T+3. And if you're a market maker, up to T+6. The trading day +3, 4 days. If you're creating bona fide market making activity, it's T+6. This is what's going on. Mark Cajotes knows all about this. That is why I will, if everyone takes him to the grave, I will follow suit. I will go to the grave with him. He knows all of the tricks and the schemes and bullshit because the people who are fucking us are the same people that tried to fuck him. I use the bathroom again. If you're enjoying the shit show, leave a like, subscribe, follow my balls. I'm gonna make a stinky again. So get up, stretch, grab a drink, grab some snacks like popcorn. Be back in a few. Fuck, did I put that cable? How we doing, chat? How we doing? Astro should work in a courtroom with that typing speed? I can't get super chats in courtrooms.
Should have shown Fraser the microphone book icon.
Thank you, man. Astro, how many words per minute can you type? The highest I've ever gotten was like 160, I think. We were just doing like typing tests earlier. I think my highest was 120. I was just dicking around. Typing class sucked. That was my favorite class. I came in first place. Is Rico in here? Astro, do you believe that the fourth dimension is time? Yes. Is AMC bouncing out the speed line? We have room down to 2450, I think. 2465. But we have tons of demand zones right below us, so I think we're going to see a bounce today. Wait, is Rico in here? Holy shit, you played League. I'm so sorry for you. Yeah. It was fun. I'm getting back into it. It needs to be transparent entirely so retail can have the same info as the institutions. Exactly. It all comes down to data. It's all data. It's all data. The value of data is so misunderstood. Not only in markets, but in life. I mean, that's why Facebook is the value that it is. It's a free product, but has what is Facebook's market cap? It's a free product, but it has a market capitalization of nearly $1 trillion. That means that the product is you. Anything that is free means the product is you, including YouTube. Future investors made mid lane. True. That's why I pay for premium. Well, that's when ads go away. Yeah, that makes sense. So what was Adam Aaron's tweet referring to in your opinion? Astro, you back? Yeah. Which tweet in particular? I'm okay with that. Research everything for yourself. Google tells lies. Exactly. Google is just the messenger, actually. What's amazing is that Google was the first to do this in the tech world, which is the user base itself creates its own product. Let me say that one more time. The user base itself creates its own product. So what Google does, put very simply, and it's genius, evil, fucked up, and cunning all at the same time. The reason why the first results that show is because they have been confirmed. It's part of supervised learning, is the machine learning term, by every other user. So when you search what is the weather, it will literally take the first couple characters of what is, and then consult your profile via browser cookies and such, and determine if you're somebody who wants to search what the weather is, or what a particular sports team is score-wise, or what is the value of the S&P. They know how to do that. And because you click on the first result out of convenience, you're also simultaneously reaffirming what it is that Google's machine learning is supposing of you. That is the most beautiful and ingenious thing, up until the part where they sell your data and use it for harvesting, what makes you human from the intellectual and mental standpoint. And it's automated. It is entirely automated. And they've taken this framework and applied it to entertainment, information, everything. Everything. We created the monster. Might suggest what is the hottest MILF. Astro, welcome back. What's going on with AMC? When do you see squeezing? Thank you, Jim. Hold on. Bitrate is shitting itself. I got an idea. Never mind. As far as the squeeze goes, I mean, we're entering into January, which is normally when all of the bad decisions of funds and market makers are accounted for. That's why you see short squeezes typically around this time of year. That's why Bitcoin and all of crypto goes up at this time of year. I mean, I think it's been every for the past decade, I think it's been this way. Let's go to the week. So let's see what crypto does in January. This only goes back to 2015. Maybe Bitstamp. There we go. Okay. I'll make this easier. January to so here is there's a little bit of maybe that'll do it. So this is going all the way back to 2011. This is Bitcoin. Going all the way back to 2011. Need more water. Very rarely, well, let's see. We'll document the hits. We'll consider this a hit because it was going into it. This was a hit. This was a miss. This was a miss. This was a hit. Premature, so we're not going to consider that. I'm not going to call it a hit because it wasn't January. This was a hit. This was a hit. So now we get to see what this entails. Yeah, I mean, Q4, Q1 and the fiscal Q4, those are the same thing, but you see activity return to these stocks to crypto. I mean, historically, damn near every time. So, I forget what that was even about. Oh, right. So it's a part of the epsilon verse. It's everybody sees the reaction next to them and acts on that. It's not that the reaction to what the market is doing. The way the market behaves is not out of, how do I put this? Charts move not because of how people internally feel about something. The market reacts because of people observing what the guy next to them is reacting with. It is not a result of what people truly think. It is what people truly think of what they think people are truly thinking. So when you see these types of trends, people want to act before everyone else. They're acting on what they think people are thinking. And that is how Wall Street wins. Every time. Yeah, like even this double top pattern. Jesus. I have no idea which way this is trying to go. I hope you can see that okay. But yeah, typically you're perceiving what other people think people are thinking. His brain has more wrinkles than my nuts. Salute. Everyone just needs to take it easy. I don't see this thing happening until next year even. Open a beer, live life. I agree with that, but my concern and what has prompted me to become vocal is the shocking amount of complacency by the executives of AMC. Their public value has gone up by thousands of percents. They have all this opportunity ahead of them. They have a complete resurrection of what they were, from going nearly bankrupt to now having the entire world of cinema and film and entertainment at their disposal, and the best they can give us is popcorn. I love the company and I believe in them, but I need to see more. It's been over a year. It's been over a year now. sorry, technically going on a year, that their share price went up 10x. It's time to act. It's time to do something a little ballsy. Astro, you're gonna start writing your own tunes. You can have music cranking. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. "100% agree. They have no interest in doing anything. This is making them money. It's very. I want to think otherwise, and that's why I'm asking for them to act." Astro, what do you think about cunty cunts being cunty cunts? Are they cunty? Yes. Astro, what would you want AMC to do? Show some fucking teeth. Issue a 1-to-1 NFT to share. Force shorts out of their positions if they aren't legally held and or created. Dilute shares, create share dilution throughout this process. And then not only will you be able to force shorts that are nefarious out of their festerings, like maggots that have just dug themselves into your skin and are feasting on your fresh flesh. Pry them out and rebuild. It's childish, and it's quite frankly very disturbing how much inactivity has come from AMC as a company. They're doing more, and I respect that, and I love it. But you've had the year of regaining your traction, of getting back up. You've gotten back up. Time to fucking walk. Stop looking back at the ground like, oh, am I going to be there again? Maybe I should get back to arm exercises so I can get good at crawling again. Fuck that shit. Get up! It's the complacency and absence of disdain for inactivity. I don't want my money with a company who isn't willing to rebuild. He can't dilute, stop spreading FUD. He can. He can. I'm not saying the company's dead. But the company will not be in a good position if there aren't some aggressive moves taken. It's that simple. It's that simple. The decision of if share dilution is a permissible activity was not allowed until 2022. If you look at a calendar, AMC is a dud? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. AMC's reaction moving forward will determine that. But I have faith. But sometimes people need a little bit of a pep talk. We all want the same thing here. And that's what is the most frustrating part. We all want the same thing, but we're too caught up in the noise of the antics in lieu of. And it prevents everyone from moving forward. AMC is not a dud. AMC is not a dead cat. AMC, like, I am giving the chance here on my own behalf. I want to see action. The people, the borders that have been set up between everybody, whether it's a ticker, whether it's dilution or not, whether it's an NFT-esque dividend or not, like, These are all issues that are under the same umbrella that we're all under. And when infighting and noise is prolonged and incentivized, you're digging the grave for everybody. Are expecting action? Yes, I think we're due for a bounce. We're hitting a major demand zone, and fractal impulsivity and pressure is gearing up. I need to see more volume to put together a better forecast. Right now, we're set for just more accumulation, basically. Froggy, I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Goosey, do you think retail will spark anger if he... Yes. If there's another proposed share dilution without any action in the other direction, yes. I will be angry. I will be very angry. People have waited too long, including me. Plain and simple, newer generation wants instant gratification. Newer generation wants to play checkers. The stock market is master chess. I agree with that, but in the interim, there has to be some remotely aggressive move made here. I strongly believe in fundamentals. I strongly believe in things that make something great, not just instant jerk off dopamine, but something that can build and sustain. I am the biggest advocate of that. My entire sense of music is about that. Who I am is about that. But I'll be damned if something that I am investing time into and soul into does not show teeth for what is right. If they won't stand up for themselves despite everyone around them getting them back up off their goddamn feet, I'll go away. And I say that from the heart. Like, I don't have to worry about money for a long time. But I can't stand in front of or sit in front of a camera talking about how much I believe in a company if I can feel my belief starting to wear a little bit. I want AMC to succeed. I want GameStop to succeed. But the complacency from the board is alarming. Everything is right in front of them, but they won't take it. It's just that simple. I'm not bailing ship. I'm not giving up. But it is absurd that there hasn't been any significant action. It's not a dud. It's not dead. But god damn it, somebody needs to do something. Stagnation is still death. It's not death, but it is the precursor. Yes, I will say that. You know what it's called? It's called tough love. Look, if I'm watching someone I care about walking forward or running, pure joy and hysteria, and I see a fucking a giant pit from my perspective, but to them it looks like another piece of terrain. If you're decadent in your joy, I'm going to let you fall. Okay? I will let you fall. But I will pick you back up. And I'll say now, if you were just paying attention, you would have seen this. maybe you would have slowed down and you wouldn't have to deal with this. But you learned your lesson. Let's get you back up. Let's get you moving again, right? If there is a gargantuan fucking canyon, okay, I'm not going to let you run off of that. I'm going to stop you dead in your fucking tracks. That's what this is. I don't trust Adam Aaron as far as I can throw him. We've saved AMC. We like the stock. We worked hard for both of them. If he shits on retail, it'll be up for. You don't even have to like him, okay? And that's fair. And that's entirely fair, right? At the end of the day, this is business, and business doesn't care about feelings. But, like, there has to be some action. There has to be some action. There has to be. Like, listen, I this entire channel, like my identity, what makes me me, who I feel proud about, the people that I've met and cared for, like, it all revolves around this. And I fucking, my hand to God, will not sit back in silence watching the entire fucking herd go into the fucking canyon. It's that simple. It's that simple. Why is anyone objecting to a company building itself and progressing forward aggressively? Forget the fucking politics, people. Forget about the fucking names, whether it's Astro or Trey or Mark or Matt or Vix. Fuck them. Fuck me. Fuck anyone else. Look at this objectively. The shareholders that helped revive a company from the fucking depths and nearingly disparity of bankruptcy are now asking, after a full year and a how many ever amounts of share dilution, demanding, as the shareholders that evidently own the flow to the company, demanding some aggressive fucking building and moving forward. It's that simple. It's that simple. Forget the names, forget the antics, forget the rhetoric, forget the drama. It's that simple. It's that simple. Anyone who tries to portray this as anything more, do not listen to them, do not even look their way. That is for their own personal gain. Why, like, of all of the fucking things, people, of all of the fucking things, here we are in the business of business rooms. And people want to get emotional about it. Imagine being in a fucking meeting at the table with the board members and you want to fucking sit and cry about what's going on? Go fuck yourself and go out the door. Because that's where your feelings belong. You're at the big boy table now. You want to be a part of a company reviving itself? Well, here's the fucking tough part. Sometimes people have to be a little aggressive in what is right. I still believe in the company. I still believe in Adam Aaron, but god fucking damn it, I will not if you don't show some goddamn teeth. I call for a forensic audit of shares. I second that. I second that. It is alarming that there is no advantage being taken of the situation that AMC, as a publicly traded, almost bankrupt, no less than 365 days ago company, has at their disposal that they will not fucking act on. I've played the benefit of the doubt card. I've played the well, maybe just a little bit longer card. I'm done. I will not continue to praise and have faith in a company who will not act for themselves, who will not listen to their shareholder base. A 1-to-1 NFT token to every share in existence, not as a dividend, but simply as a token for each share in existence, is not illegal. It is not a dividend. There is nothing illegal about it. I've spoken to numerous professionals who their day-to-day is about parsing and reading legalese for securities. Every single one of them, even in the nuanced case of AMC, where they have agreements with their debt issuers pertaining to a dividend being considered non-permissible, these securities specialists have told me it is not illegal. And if for some reason someone from their legal department of whomever wants to put shit up against AMC, I will happily donate my super chats and ad revenue to AMC's side in that legal fight. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And everyone wants to squeeze. Everyone wants I guess some people want the company to do well afterward. I, for one, am both. I think if you focus on the latter of that, you'll have both no matter what, but fucking goddamn it. Here we are, we all agree on something, but someone wants to fucking play childish antics about this and that, and he said this, and that. Just shut the fuck up. If you're not able to sit at the big boy table, sit your ass out in the hallway and shut your fucking mouth. It's that simple. This is just fucking unbelievable. People let noise dictate the narrative. People let noise change reality. People spend all fucking goddamn day and night arguing with people they don't even know the fucking names of, let alone have a picture of. Can you fucking believe that shit? You have billions of dollars fucking sitting on people not having any names or profile pictures? And you wonder why there's so much insanity when you won't even allocate legitimate and authentic dialogue to people who are real? Let's have some fucking reality for a change. How about that? You have professionals. You have real fucking people who want to help. And the first thing people do is assume that they're trying to hurt us. You're the dog that just bites fucking everything. And then the one time the dog settles and is willing to lay with the person trying to help them, the owner gets fucking bit in the neck. And you want change and you want reform, but god fucking damn it, you won't fucking take
so
any.
Big and public, AA is afraid of being sued for collusion and manipulation. AMC will never issue an FD dividend, sadly. I think it's
There's no
why he
collusion or
already shut
manipulation.
down the idea
Plain and
hard.
simple. There's not. There's not. If you as a publicly traded company make executive decisions off of risk of something that you can prove has not happened, then why the fuck would you act on that? It is fucking incredible.
Welcome to the church, motherfuckers!
Lou said the same thing when Wanda and AA was diluting. Thanks for everything you do.
I'm conflicted whether Adamar is trying to prevent Moaz, though, but he won't get any issue. But he won't get to issue any more shares until he does something. This is what I'm trying to figure out.
Count would help, right?
Yes, Goose, great point. International share count would help because that's where a lot of the crime is committed via the NSCC and the Continuous Net Settlement Program and the Share Borrowing Program. Everybody talks about the synthetics and the phantom shares. That's where they fucking propagate. But no one wants to talk about that. They want to talk about how Mark Cahote said something offensive. Mark Cahote said, if you watch my back, I'll watch yours. And if you see someone who's trying to threaten me, you shoot him. He's not fucking literally saying that. Like, it is fucking incredible. That's nothing. Like, if that's what you interpret as literal meaning of enunciation from another fellow human being's mouth, how dare you even fucking go outside or go on the internet? I don't get it. I really just don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, just how AMC has everything right in front of them to capitalize and move forward, the same as the shareholder base. We're in the same situation. I'm done fucking playing nice guy. I'm done playing nice guy. This is incredibly fucking stupid, myopic, and arduous. I'm done with the games. I will not fucking support a company who won't act on their own behalf. I will not. And I will not fucking sit in front of a camera and talk about them and say, I think things are going to happen if nothing's going to fucking happen. I will not fucking lead everybody into the canyon. I would not be able to fucking live with myself. Like, I got 30,000 subscribers on YouTube and 36,000 followers on Twitter. I could not live with myself, even if it was one person. One person. I'm done. I've played nice guy. I've followed this thing for a year. I can't fucking believe in Q2 something big didn't fucking happen. But no, it was more fucking dilution. What's the point of debt? Why do people take on debt? It's borrowing money from the future. That's what that is, okay? When companies take on debt, it's because they're trying to save ass or take an aggressive move forward. And to have the opportunity that a publicly traded company who had their share value go from $2, almost fucking pennies, to 24. And then to fucking 78. And a year and 6 fucking months after that, nothing has fucking happened that's worth a damn. If no one else is gonna fucking say it, then I'll fucking say it. Take me to the fucking grave, burn me at the stake, throw me to the fucking wolves. I don't care. I would rather die on my feet than live on my fucking knees. If I have to be the guy that goes down for speaking some goddamn fucking truth in this crazy bullshit fucking world where no one can even talk to someone while knowing their face or real name, by goddamn will I have my fucking hand to God being that person. I am not saying AMC is dead. I'm not saying I don't believe in the company anymore. I'm not saying I don't like Adam Aaron or don't believe in Adam Aaron, but motherfucking goddamn it, will I fucking make sure that I speak the fucking truth. This is incredibly fucking stupid. Everything is right in front of everybody, but the noise and the confusion and the borders and the fucking tit-for-tat childish fucking bullshit antics are the one thing that prevent everybody from fucking moving forward. I will not be the quiet guy who goes down with the rest of the boat because I didn't point out the iceberg. I am not calling for inappropriate remarks or off-color statements or insults or anything derogatory. But it is time for a professional, cordial, respectful means to demand change. Some action. Because stagnation is the precursor to death. And right now, there is stagnation. Complacency and stagnation are never rewarded, and is typically the symptom of someone who is ready to die. Are you saying to get out of AMC? No, I'm not. The person that says that is Adam Aaron. I need more water. Sometimes passion appears to be anger. Yes. No one has seen me angry on camera.
What are you doing, step bro?
And I hope no one has to.
Eson 666 donated $5. Thanks for being honest about it. Feels like most people are too afraid to speak their mind about what you just said. Afraid to lose followers and the shitstorm of bot snowflakes that can't stand the truth.
Yeah. I'm not angry. I'm not none of what I have to say is in bad taste or of ill will. As I said before, if I see somebody that I care about who's running along and I see a little ditch, I won't warn them about it, right? If they have an injured foot or a leg or whatever, yes, I'll do it because that lesson is not worth that risk. Okay? But if they can take on the lesson, I will let them learn the lesson on their own. Lessons in life are repeated until they are learned, okay? I will be right there to pick them back up, and I'll help dust them off and get them back and going. If I see them about to run into a canyon, I will stop them in their goddamn tracks. That's what this is. Hey, thank you. Welcome to the shit show. All right, I'm gonna take a little break real quick. I feel bad because I just fucking tweeted this. I'm gonna take a break real quick. I'm gonna go offline. I'll be back on either around 9:45 or 10:30. Okay, I'll tweet this out. I've got a couple very exciting phone calls that I'm taking that I think will give us some answers to some things. And just need a little break. I've been live since like 4:30. So appreciate you all for being here. Hang in there. Things are good. We have to take care of what needs to be taken care of. And I will not be quiet when things need to be said. So I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. I will be back. Follow me on Twitter at that guy Astro.